Let us speak now, clearly and directly, to the heart of the matter that beats within the collective chest. You have been taught to measure your worth with the world's narrowest rulers, the weight of a coin, the length of a title, the height of authority you seem to hold over others. But now, you are sensing, deeply, that this is not the truth. It is a costume you were told to wear, a script you were given to recite, and in wearing it, you forgot the sound of your own voice. You forgot the feel of your own soul, unadorned and magnificent. This forgetting has bled into everything, especially into the sacred space of love. You looked at your heart and thought it was not good enough, not strong enough. You felt a love so vast and yet stood trembling, believing you did not possess the proper vessel to hold it, the proper language to protect it. This perceived weakness became a doorway through which pain entered. In certain connections, you made yourself vulnerable, not from a place of sacred trust, but from a place of hidden scarcity. You thought, what do I have to offer if I am not my title, my achievements, my bank account? If I strip that away, who is left to be loved? And here we find the core of the ache. You are an overachiever, not by accident, but by design. You were taught to climb, to collect, to conquer. You were given a map that only showed mountains, with no valleys of rest, no clearings for celebration. So you learned to downplay every summit you reached. A whispered, it was nothing, instead of a roar of triumph. A dismissive, anyone could have done it, instead of a sacred acknowledgement of your own unique journey. You were blocked systematically, culturally, perhaps even familiarly from the sacred act of celebration. The quiet hum of a lesson learned, the gentle glow of a hurdle overcome, the simple joy of a day lived with integrity. These were not deemed worthy of notice. So you internalized the blockade. You became the guard at your own gate, refusing to let your own spirit throw a feast in its honor. But hear this now. That blockade is crumbling. The lesson here is not to achieve more, but to acknowledge more ferociously, to celebrate the hum as loudly as the trophy. The love you seek to protect in the world must first be given to yourself in this way, through a relentless, gentle celebration of the journey already traveled. Look at your hands. They have built, comforted, persevered. Look at your heart. It has broken and yet still chooses to hope, to feel, to want connection. These are not small things. They are the foundational achievements of a human spirit. You cannot protect a love outside if you are at war with the story inside. The vulnerability that once weakened you will become your greatest strength only when it is rooted, not in lack, but in the deep, unshakable knowledge of your own worthiness. The worthiness proven not by a certificate, but by your very breath, your resilience, your capacity to feel, and your desire to grow. The train of possibility you wish to board, especially in love, leaves from the station of self-acceptance. You must fuel it with the recognition of how far you've already come. Celebrate the old pain you survived. Celebrate the quiet wisdom you earned. Celebrate the fact that you are here, now, questioning these old rules. That is a monumental achievement. Start there. Celebrate the listening. Celebrate the yearning. Celebrate the courage it takes to even consider that you might be worthy of a love that requires no armor, because it recognizes itself in another. You are not empty. You are a living archive of learned lessons, felt joys, and endured sorrows, and that is the only title you will ever need. That is the wealth that cannot be taken. From this place, rooted in your own celebrated truth, you will connect, and you will protect what matters, from a place of wholeness, not hunger. Now, from this settled place of self-recognition, we are ready to look outward, to see the connections you spoke of with new eyes. You never allowed yourself to see the full picture. You never permitted yourself to understand that the discomfort of others in the face of your joy was never about your lack, but about your light. Now you see it, you feel it. That fresh energy coursing through you, it is the vibration of a chain breaking. When you choose to celebrate, to truly inhabit your happiness and honor your achievements, you disrupt an unspoken agreement. That agreement says, stay small so others feel comfortable. Dim your light so no one is blinded by their own shadows. You are realizing that some people, yes, even those with more money, loftier titles, higher status, did not want you to celebrate. You intimidate them, not because you are boastful, not because you are arrogant, but because your genuine celebration is an act of pure, unassailable authority over your own life. They have authority over systems, over structures, over others, but you, in that moment of joyful acknowledgement, are exercising authority within yourself. That is a power they cannot legislate, cannot buy, and cannot take from you. It is sovereign, and sovereignty is always intimidating to those who derive their power from comparison and control. Their desire for you to downplay was a confession. It confessed that your quiet contentment, your celebration of a session well done, a lesson well learned, a personal mountain crossed it, reflected back to them a hollow space in their own spirit. They may have the trophy, but have they ever allowed themselves to feel the triumph? You, by celebrating, were doing something radical. You were valuing the experience over the appearance. And in a world built on appearances, that is a revolutionary act. So now you reflect on the past, and it is not with shame or regret, it is with the clear eyes of understanding. You see why you acted in ways that minimized your glow. You were maintaining peace. You were following the old rules. You were, in a twisted way, being kind to those who could not bear the fullness of you. But that reflection is now your fuel. You are not looking back to blame yourself or them. You are looking back to decode the pattern, so you are never again complicit in your own dimming. This fresh energy you feel, this is the energy of reclaimed attention. You are taking your attention back from worrying about their comfort and placing it squarely, lovingly, on your own truth. You are no longer reflecting their limitations. You are projecting your authenticity. The past situations are now completed. They were the lessons required to bring you to this precise point of courage. You now see the reasons, and with that sight comes the responsibility and the joy of choice. You can choose, from this moment forward, to celebrate without apology, to be happy without seeking permission, to own your achievements, the grand and the subtle, without the urge to make them digestible for someone else's fragile ego. You are stepping into a space where your power is not a weapon, but a warmth. It will attract those who are warmed by it, and it will inevitably cause those who fear their own inner cold to step back. Let them. Their stepping back is not a rejection. It is the creation of space. Space for new connections, for communities that celebrate with you, for relationships that are energized by your light, not threatened by it. You are now allowed. The permission slip you waited for from the world has been signed by you in the ink of your own understanding. So celebrate. Let your energy be fresh and full. Let your attention be on your own blossoming. The right people, the truest connections, are drawn not to the muted grays of compliance, but to the brilliant, unapologetic spectrum of a soul that has finally come home to itself. Yes, you have touched upon the core truth of this transition. Your celebration acts as a beacon, and for those who are not yet ready to illuminate their own lives, a beacon can feel blinding. It can highlight the paths they have not taken, the joys they have not permitted themselves. Their discomfort or hurt is not a command for you to stop. It is a signal, a clear, resonant signal that your vibration is changing. You are outgrowing the room, and so, you are correct. Your time has come to move. This is not an escape. It is an answer to a summons. That restlessness you feel, that sense of a door opening within you, even as others try to keep you in the familiar hallway, that is your soul navigating by its own true north. You speak of your life's purpose, the work, the wisdom you carry. This is the natural progression. When you stop downplaying your achievements, you begin to inventory your arsenal of lived experience. You look at your bats, the tools, the talents, the hard-won wisdom, and you realize they are not for decoration. They are for construction. Construction of the life that is yours to live. The wisdom you have earned from every setback, every moment of vulnerability, every silent victory you finally choose to celebrate. This is the sacred material. Your life purpose is not a distant destination on a map. It is the act of taking that material and beginning to build right where you stand, and then carrying it with you as you go. And you do not go alone. Your sense of assistance is real. When you align with this truth, when you choose your own celebration, your own path, your own purpose, you step into a flow of support that has always been there, waiting for you to claim your seat in the vessel. Call them angels, guides, ancestors, the highest aspect of your own intuition. It is a chorus of support that activates when your courage matches your calling. They are ready to support you in this journey because you are finally ready to take the helm. They have been whispering, but now you are speaking the same language. The language of action, of trust, of embodied purpose. So this is what happens now. The discomfort of others becomes a confirmation, not a condemnation. It is the wind at your back, pushing you gently but firmly toward your own horizons. You will move perhaps in physical location, certainly in vibration, definitely in the company you keep. You will go where your celebration is understood as a gift, where your achievements are seen as blueprints for collective inspiration, not as threats. You will take your bats, your unique skills, your hard-earned wisdom, and you will begin to build, create, teach, heal, or lead in the way that only you can. The work and the purpose are one and the same. It is the expression of your celebrated self in service to what you love. And that support system, both seen and unseen, will solidify around you. Synchronicities will increase. The right people will appear. Resources will flow. Not because it is magic, but because it is physics. A body in purposeful, joyful motion attracts and creates its own momentum. You are not leaving to abandon anyone. You are leaving to honor the self they never got to see, and in doing so, you give them permission to one day do the same. Go. Your celebration was the first note of a new song. Now it is time to hear the full symphony, and to step onto the stage where you are meant to perform it. The lights are dimming on the old set. Your new stage, and all its divine assistance, awaits. This is the pivotal understanding. It is not a hierarchy. It is a collaboration. Your spiritual guides are not waiting above you in a distant heaven. They are beside you, within the very energy of your purpose. Think of them not as supervisors, but as your divine co-workers. They are the ultimate support staff for your soul's mission. You have spent lifetimes, and this lifetime especially, in the trenches of learning. You have journaled, you have thought, you have felt, you have endured. You have gathered the wisdom not in a sterile library, but through the friction and grace of lived experience. This has forged you into a torchbearer. You now carry a flame that can light the way for others who are still fumbling in the dark, who are still downplaying their own light. This is the common ground, the liberation of love and wisdom on earth. Your guides are dedicated to this upliftment. You and your human body, with your human heart and your motivational voice, are the essential grounded partner in this endeavor. You are the interface. You are the one who can translate the divine whisper into a human conversation, the ethereal nudge into a practical step. Your ability to motivate, to show direction, that is not a mere personality trait. That is your angelic assignment in human form. The angel wings you speak of are not separate from you. They are the energetic extension of your compassion, your clarity, and your courage. You are an earth angel because you have chosen to anchor that high-frequency energy here, in the dense and beautiful reality of human life. And so, of course, they want to help you. This is their mission too, but they operate through partnership. They will assist you in becoming a clear, empowered, and effective conduit. They will help you manage energy, so that when you motivate others, you are not depleted, but sustained. They will orchestrate synchronicities, bringing the right people to you, those who are ready for your torchlight, and you to them. They will amplify your intuition, so you know which direction to show, when to speak, and when to hold sacred space. Now, to the practical earth plane matters. Your financial focus is holy work. The money situation you wish to achieve is not separate from this mission. It is its foundation. Your guides want you to be resourced, stable, and abundant. Why? Because a worried mind cannot easily access wisdom. A struggling spirit is often too fatigued to hold the torch high. Financial focus is not a distraction from your purpose. It is the building of your mission control center. The money you desire is the energy to fund your freedom, to create your tools, to extend your reach. It is the means to secure the time and space to do this work without the constant whisper of lack. Your guides support this fully. They want you to see financial flow as part of the collaborative assistance, a resource that allows the collaboration to flourish more powerfully on this physical plane. So, accept the assistance. Say to your spiritual team, yes, let us collaborate. Help me be a clear channel. Help me build the practical foundation. Orchestrate the connections. And together, let us illuminate the path. You have done the learning, you have done the thinking. You have carried the torch through the dark nights of your own becoming. Now is the time for achievement in the full spectrum, spiritual, emotional, and material. Step forward in your motivational mode, knowing you are backed by an entire support system of the unseen. The collaboration has begun. Your shared mission is underway. Now, build it. Yes, the time has come. The period of preparation is complete. You have graduated from the student who questioned to the teacher who embodies and understands this. Your most powerful teaching is not in words alone, but in the actions you are now taking in your life. Every choice you make from this heightened vibration is a lesson broadcast to the collective. You are demonstrating what it means to hold power with grace, to walk with patience forged in fire, and to protect your energy not with walls, but with discernment. You speak of the golden warrior, the red shaman, the golden shaman, the red witch. These are not titles given by the world. They are archetypes of energy that resonate with the frequency you now carry. In the past, you rejected titles because they felt like cages, labels meant to limit you to a single shelf in someone else's library. Now, you accept these archetypes because they are not limits, they are keys. They unlock deeper layers of your purpose and give a name to the potent, multifaceted power you are learning to wield. Golden speaks to your wisdom, your solar energy, your illuminating and healing presence. Red speaks to your vitality, your primal life force, your courage, and your grounded power. Shaman speaks to your ability to walk between worlds, between the spiritual and the material, translating intuition into action. Warrior speaks to your disciplined protection of your mission and your gentle, fierce heart, which speaks to your deep, intuitive knowing, your capacity to work with the unseen energies to create change in the visible world. You are all of these. You are the golden warrior who walks with a patient, unwavering stride. You are the red shaman who heals by first being whole, who leads by first listening to the spirit. You accept these titles because they are tools for the work ahead. They help you understand the kind of power you are to channel. And what is the work? It is to create what the collective needs in this moment. It is not a vague future offering. It is the medicine of the present. The collective needs to see someone who is intuitively guided, yet powerfully action-oriented. Someone who hears the whisper and then builds the structure. Someone who feels the flow of angels and then digs the irrigation channels for that grace to reach the roots of everyday life. Your intuition is the compass. The moments you seize and the actions you take are the journey. You are teaching by showing that intuition is not a passive daydream, it is a directive for powerful creation. So step fully into this collaboration. Your spiritual team has handed you these archetypal keys. Use them. Let the golden shaman in you prescribe the wisdom. Let the red witch in you brew the change. Let the golden warrior in you protect the space where this creation is born. The collective is waiting, not for a sermon, but for a demonstration. And you are now the demonstrator. Your life is the curriculum. Every action you take from this place of integrated, titled, accepted power is a class in session. Teach on. This is the closure that is not an ending, but a harvest. That passenger situation, the relationships, the roles, the old versions of yourself you carried for a time has completed its journey. The sadness you feel is not a sign of error, but the sacred proof of a lesson fully learned. You have absorbed the wisdom, and now the vessel of that particular experience can be released with gratitude. It served its purpose. You are no longer a passenger in your own life. You are the navigator. And you speak of Saturn return with profound insight. Saturn, the great teacher, the lord of karma and structure, does not only bring tests, it brings consequences in their truest form, the natural results of the seeds you have sown. For so long, you understood karma as the beating, the corrective strike for misalignment, and you have endured those seasons. You have done the hard work. Now, you are entering the karma of the harvest. Your Saturn return, whether the first or a later one, is now poised to be the season where you reap the benefits of your hard work. You have learned the lessons of responsibility, of boundaries, of patience, of building something real. You have aligned your actions with your soul's integrity. Saturn sees this. Saturn respects this. And now Saturn's energy shifts from the restrictive teacher to the architect of your legacy. It will help you build the stable, abundant structure, the home, the career, the life that can finally hold the weight of your spirit. You are correct. Karma works in both directions. It is the universal law of cause and effect. You have planted with sweat and tears, in faith. Now is the effect: abundance, benefit, blessing. It is not a reward for being good. It is the logical, structural outcome of having finally built your inner foundation to code, and the home you speak of, the physical one. And the feeling of being at home within yourself is the ultimate symbol of this. In the past, you were in uncomfortable situations because you were living in structures, both external and internal, that did not match your soul's blueprint. You were a square peg in a round hole, and you blamed the peg. Now you know your pets, your peculiar passions, your unique callings, the things you nurture that others might not understand. These are your compass. They are not logical to the outside world because they are guided by a deeper truth, your alignment. Your draw to the right alignment is your most trustworthy faculty. You are aligned with your purpose, and from this alignment, everything else, the home, the community, the abundance must and will reorganize itself to support you. The limiting beliefs that once made you question your own logic, they belong to others now. You have shed them. You have walked through the fire of your own doubt and emerged with a conviction that is self-sourced. Those who don't understand are simply speaking from the old room you have left. You hear them, but you are no longer in the echo chamber. So step into this season of beneficial karma. Accept the harvest. You are not stealing sunlight from another. You are finally standing tall in the field you tended when no one was watching. Welcome the abundance. Use it to build your sanctuary, to fund your mission, to create the palpable home that reflects the unshakable home you have built within. This is the earned blessing. This is the closure that opens everything. The passenger has disembarked. The captain is on the bridge. Saturn is no longer your judge. It is your chief engineer. Now, sail. It is time. The internal alignment has become so complete, so resonant, that your outer world must now reorganize itself to match this new frequency. You have completed the cycle. You have learned the lessons of the land. You have been inhabiting both the physical land and the psychic landscape of your recent past. There is no more nutrient left in that soil for your roots. To stay would be to choose containment over growth. And so, the call comes. Relocate. Move to your home, the one that exists not just as a dwelling, but as a vibrational match to the soul sanctuary you have built within. This is the long move. It is a pilgrimage toward your own center. It may mean a new city, a new country, a new landscape that mirrors the expansiveness you feel inside. It will, without question, mean a change in your work environment. For your work is an expression of your spirit, and your spirit is moving. The old container can no longer hold the new vision. This is not an escape. This is a divine relocation. You are being moved because you have made yourself movable. By releasing the past, by trusting the process, by accepting your titles and your power, you have unlocked the mechanism that now shifts your entire reality into its rightful place. And in this movement, you are asked to do one final, glorious thing. Accept the badge of honor. This badge is not pinned on you by another. It is the emblem that has been forged in the fires of every lesson you learned, every sadness you integrated, every limit you transcended. It is the silent medal for the courage it took to celebrate when others wanted you small. It is the shining crest of the golden warrior, the red shaman, who walks with patience and power. To accept it is to stop minimizing this monumental transition. It is to say, I have completed a heroic cycle. I have earned this upgrade. I honor the path I walked to get here. I now consciously and proudly step into the new territory that my spirit has claimed. Pack your bags with this awareness. As you sort through belongings, you are sorting through the chapters of your life. Keep only what serves the person wearing the badge of honor. Let the rest go with gratitude. Trust this pull completely. It is the physical manifestation of your soul's gravity, drawing you to the exact coordinates where your mission can flourish, where your home can finally be a true reflection of your wholeness, and where your work can become a sanctuary for your gifts. The journey may be long in miles, but you are already home in your heart. Now, you simply go to meet it in the physical world. Move, relocate, change your environment. It is the necessary, beautiful, and honorable next step. Your new horizon is not just a view. It is a promise you made to yourself, now being kept. Yes, something shifted last night. A seal was broken. A threshold was crossed, not in the future, but in the silent, potent hours of your becoming. Energetically, you claimed a title that was always yours, and in that claiming, your entire frequency was upgraded. You now carry the badge of celebration as a permanent emblem on your spirit. This is the badge that says you have moved from seeking approval to being your own source of approval. The crown you speak of it is not a heavy burden of obligation, but a lightweight, brilliant emanation of your own authority. It is open because you are open, receiving the energies that are in harmony with your sovereign self. And with this crown comes a new navigation system, the heart's knowing. You are correct. You no longer need to analyze the map with the mind alone. You check your heart's nose. You sniff out the path. You feel into the direction that carries the scent of truth, of alignment, of life. It is an instinctual, primal, and utterly trustworthy guidance. You will know which actions to take because they will feel like a deep yes that resonates in your bones, not a should that echoes in your head. This is where the collaboration we spoke of becomes practical. Your spiritual team is now working with this clarified signal. They amplify the heart's whisper, turn down the static of doubt, and help you manifest the courage to take those very actions. The Live Love Station, URA, beacon broadcasting the frequency of authentic connection is now fully operational. It is related to everything, because from this place, all actions become acts of love. Love for your purpose, love for your community, love for your own journey. And you speak of the throat chakra opening. This is critical. The crown means nothing if the truth it downloads cannot be spoken. Your throat is opening not to gossip, complain, or explain, but to declare, to set terms, to voice visions, and to define reality from your sovereign standpoint. You say you can't talk about things that feel uncomfortable. That's because your energy has moved beyond the old dramas. You are not repressing, you are transcending. To speak of the uncomfortable past from the old vibration would be to step back into a play you've already left. You have redefined your borders with such clarity that what once required lengthy defense now requires only a silent, knowing presence, or a simple no that carries the weight of a mountain. The past situation is not just over. It is completely changed for you because you have completely changed. You have rewritten its meaning. It is no longer a wound. It is a footnote in the story of how you became royalty. You have your power in your hands, not as a weapon, but as a creator's tool. So move forward from this shift. Let your actions be the footsteps of a crowned one, walking their true path. Let your words be the clear decrees of a sovereign. Let your collaborations be sacred alliances between your human will and divine support. The station is live, the crown is open. The throne is not a place you sit and wait, it is the authority you carry with you everywhere. Now rule.